I saw you in Chicago.
Yeah,
Did you race in Chicago?
in November. Yeah,
And what happened there? How did you do?
in November I got at the first major. I got third
And
behind Kent and Ryland.
right. And we
Yeah.
were having post-race meal when we learned that other people also qualified and that you qualified for next year's majors. We didn't know until we sat down. Do you remember?
Yeah, but I think just the winner of the major qualifies for the next year's major.
Oh, I thought everybody. No, I thought the top 3 did. Oh, I can't remember.
No, I don't think so, because it would be like 12 people automatically qualified.
Yeah. Right. Well,
If there is every time a different podium, for sure.
right.
But it's just the winner of the major, I think.
Right. All right. So the first thing we have to talk about, Alex, is you set an open record, which some people might say, including me, what is he doing? He's a professional athlete. He's an elite athlete. What are open records for? And Rich Ryan said, well, I think it's good, because then he dropped a fucking 50-minute and no one's going to touch it. And now people can't pretend they have a record. What do you say, Alex?
I mean, at first I just wanted to race the mixed double with Alice, just to be at the venue, have that like competition experience one more time before heading into Nice and going to the Nice preparation. But yeah, and I just wanted to check out where I'm at right now. Like, where is my running? Where are my stations? And yeah, even if it's not like with the pro weight, but for me, it really doesn't matter. I can see, I have the feeling, how I feel, how I do, and yeah. But with Alice, I was just like holding back on the runs, because I needed like to wait a bit for her. And yeah, we crashed the stations together for sure. But I didn't really knew, okay, where is my running really? Can I go like all out on the runs and still like manage to do the stations hard? And that's why I asked like Jacob after the race if I can get in the open race, in the open heat on the next day. And yeah, just to go fast. I saw like the sleds are light. The running course may be a bit shorter, yeah, but the rock
Well,
zone
that
was,
shouldn't be. The run should be the same.
yeah, but the rock zone was a bit bigger, so it's somewhere in there, should be like, but it was a fast one with like the new center weights and everything. Yeah, but I knew immediately, okay. And then I saw like for sure like the JK's time on that course, and I was like, okay, if he can go like a 54 on a pro event, I can go like a 50 in an open event. And now I think it's good for the whole HYROX world, because like the pro world record is like 53 something, and how can it be like that the open world record is 54? You know, now it's like, okay, everybody understands man's open is faster because like the weight is lighter. And yeah,
Okay.
I hoped I helped everybody with this.
Okay. So that's your feeling. I mean, it's not, listen, I know you a little bit, and I know that you're not like, oh, look at me, I'm the great open record holder, right? Like, but we are celebrating it, right? And I don't know, I guess, it just seems like most sports don't allow this, right? You have a pro card, or you're just, what I mean? Like, we were joking around, like, LeBron James isn't going to show up and dominate at the local YMCA and then say, look at me, I scored the most points at the local YMCA. And I feel like if we're trying to boost a professional sport, you're one of the best, right? You're tip of the spear guys. So it seems like it's a little confusing to, what are we doing as a professional sport?
I know what you mean, but you can see it like different. You can see it like Usain Bolt is running 100 meter, but he's running 202. He's running 402. And I think the guys who did the long jump, they are lucky that he didn't do the long jump. Maybe he could be like he could like jump further than the others, but he didn't do it, you know. But if would anybody say like, why is Usain Bolt jumping? I mean, he's a runner. Why should he jump? But if you want to be the best in a sport or best in any division, you need to beat the best. And even the people who are not like showing off, if you want to be the best, you need to be faster and better. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, it's like the same DEKA FIT, DEKA Strong, DEKA Mile. There are 3 different like races.
Right.
That's for me the same. Like HYROX Pro, HYROX Open, that's a different race.
You almost convinced me, but not
Yeah,
quite.
but it's different. Like Michael Phelps could swim any race. Like he could swim breaststroke, butterfly, medley, freestyle, doesn't matter. But he started like in 8 disciplines with the relays and everything, and he won all of these. But maybe if he gets like 2 or 3 more days or races to start, he can win this too. And you can now say, okay, it's lucky for me that he hasn't started in my event, or I want him to start in my event, that I can try to beat him and to be better than him.
So maybe the wording is wrong. Maybe we shouldn't call it open.
Yeah, I don't know. But for me, yeah,
because open to me states you're doing this as a mass participation sport, because that's the other piece, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's a mass participation sport. And in most mass participation sports, you all run the same course and you can either win or win your age group. In most, marathons, whatever. In obstacle racing, we have a slightly different view because we say, hey, you don't have to do the penalties. And sometimes it's even lighter weights, although I can't think of the last time we had that. But sometimes it's open does 1 sandbag, professionals do 2 sandbags. So the phrase open means for the 7,000 people that show up or whatever. And then the pro is supposed to be the pro. So I guess if we gave it a different name, maybe that would change it. Because what you're saying is like, yes, there are multiple distances, but it's still supposed to be everybody. And this is like open is supposed to be a different kind of athlete. I think that's what they're saying. That's what HYROX would say, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but we are all racing like in doubles together. We are racing double mix together. We are racing relays together. If anybody of us like wants to win like 5 world championship titles in Nice, it's possible. Like you can win the age group, you can win the elite race, you can win the double mixed race, you can win the double race, you can win the relay, and that's fine. That's how it should be. Like, and if you want to be faster, then be faster and train and work for it. I mean, you didn't get anything for free in life. And if you want the open world record, then train and go for it and beat the best, and that's it.
Okay.
It's like a marathon runner. Isn't he allowed to run a 10K?
Yes.
Yeah. And then and then are you happy if you know that the marathon runner is faster than you on a 10K, but you win the 10K? Are you happy?
All right, you're 98% convinced me. I'm very close. Let's talk about something else though, because I mean, I wanted to address that. I'm someone who, like, this is my job, right? I come on, I talk a lot. And if I say something to an athlete, I'm going to say it to your face, right? I'm not just going to speculate, blah, blah, blah. Maybe at some point the sport will be so huge that I can't talk to everybody I talk about, but at least for today, I can say, hey, what were you thinking? And now I don't have to speculate. I know what you were thinking. So I do want to talk to you about the sport as a whole. Have you seen this amazing website, this High Results website?
Yeah, I saw it.
Have you dug into it at all?
A bit, not like.
I mean, first of all, I can see, because even when you go to the regular HYROX website, I have to go to each season to see all your races. And here I just type in your name, if I know how to spell it, and boom, 23 races. So, oops, shoot. Hang on.
Yeah, somebody put some real effort and time into this. It's nice to
Yes,
have this. It's
they're
really
pretty amazing guys. I talked to them just through Messenger, but we haven't talked a lot. So how many? Let's go. How many pro have you done? Oh, why didn't it change?
18 maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it just lists them. It doesn't. It doesn't say. It just lists them. So I don't know. What's even your worst race?
I
Is
think
this
Dallas was the worst, like with 110 in 221.
this one 108.42?
No, that was my first race. You need to go higher. 1010 in 110 in Dallas.
110.
Oh,
I don't even see it.
yeah, it was an invitational race in 2021 during COVID.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I got fourth place. Well, almost lost my shoe. There it is. There it is.
Right. So that was, let's see, that was Hunter, and who else did well in that race? I can't even remember.
I don't know. I just know Hunter and
Hunter, McGee. You
or
got beat by
McGee.
Eric Hinman, Ronco. What are you doing?
And
That guy's
I
an
lost
influencer. What are you doing?
I lost my shoe and I did one extra lap.
Oh,
On the
okay.
it was a messed up race. It was really really bad. But I managed to get fourth. It's okay.
Okay. Let's go back to where was I? So other than that, not just time, fourth is the lowest you've done in anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this website's pretty amazing.
I'm not proud of that.
You're allowed to have a bad day, dude.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. It's okay.
Where did you go? Where'd you go, Ronco? How did the doubles race come to be? You have a lot of people that you're I think you're teammates with, right? For Essen?
For who?
Who are you what's your team? Sorry, what team are you sponsored by? What are you who do you work with?
ESN.
That's what I said. Essen, is that not what you say?
Yeah, we call it like ESN.
Sorry,
Elite Sports Nutrition.
Essen is to eat.
Yeah, Essen is to eat in German. Yeah.
Right. So sorry, ESN. So you've got all these men and women that are your teammates. How do you decide? Okay, I'll
But
do this.
nobody asked me from them.
Nobody asked you.
Nobody asked me.
They should be asking you, I think.
Maybe next time. No, Alice she's like from Austria. She was also in the elite in Stockholm. She got the roll down there, and yeah, she asked me if I want to race like at FIBO. I was like, okay, let's do this because I didn't want to race a pro race there, just because I don't want to race alone, because I couldn't get in the last chance qualifier field for
Right.
the reason like, yeah, the winner should get the spot, and it's like the muscular damage is way higher after a pro race than even after two open races.
Right.
And yeah, that's why I said, okay, let's do this double. But there was no intention there was no intention to go for the world record or something. We all know that like Meg and Ryan did really great in their event, and I'm sure we hadn't a better race than them. It was just a better day, a better track, a better venue, a better course, but that's how HYROX is. And if you get lucky, you get lucky. Yeah.
Well, this is the point that I've been making lately is,
but everybody knows it's like not. I'm not saying like we are better than Meg or Ryan.
I just think but that's why these records are so weird now, because once upon a time it was talking about number of laps and course layout and what are the sleds like. Now we've changed equipment. So it's like now it's another race. So my whole thing now is let's not have this debate anymore. Can you show up and do what you need to do on the day? That's what matters. Show up when it matters and have a good race. You do, you don't. That's it.
And I think everybody who's into HYROX like for a couple of years, and especially who's into the elite, knows that that's the only thing that matters and that counts. I mean, it's nice to have these records and having a PB and everything, but the only thing that matters is who gets the major title, who gets the European title, who gets the US title, who gets the world champ title. And at the end of the day, if you win at the world champs with a 108 or something, it doesn't matter. You're a world champion, and the time doesn't really, everybody has like the same, pretty much the same conditions on that day, the same sleds, the same carpet, the same course to run. Everything is the same, and that's when you decide who's the best on that day.
And that's all we want to see in sport. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, that's why I don't know how Hunter, how maybe a James Kelly, how a Megida, how Scott would have done on that open race if they were racing against me. I don't know. They weren't there. Maybe Hunter could go a 47, but he wasn't there. So it's yeah, we can talk a lot, but I was there. I set the time, and now it is how it is. And yeah, if you want that record, feel free, go for it, and have fun, enjoy. If you break it, I'm gonna congratulate you, and that's it.
So there's one more LCQ to happen, but whatever happens there, how much are you thinking about the competition? You just named a few athletes. When your race approach, how do you approach the competition?
For Nice?
Yeah.
Like every year, I think it's gonna be my 5th World Championships in Nice. I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm right now focusing to get better for myself, to get better on the runs, because I think in Nice, if the sleds are like the it was the all of the season, being a bit lighter than last year, and especially at the majors, and yeah, now the last race with the new equipment. If they are like this, you're gonna have a huge advantage if you are a good runner, and that's why I started right after Vienna to just focus on the runs, focus a bit more on the erg, to get a bit more aggressive from the start. And yeah, because I think after the sleds, the race is decided in Nice. If you are in front, at least it's decided who's gonna be on the podium. And yeah, if you want to be on the top, you need to go as hard as you can from the very beginning and try to hold that pace and finish strong. And yeah, no, I'm just focusing on the runs. I have my small little things I want to improve until Nice, but that's it. I'm not overthinking anything. I'm going day by day how I feel. I don't have a strict training program or something. I know what I have to do in a week, have my 4 runs, interval runs, tempo runs, my trail run, my compromised running, my workouts, my strength sessions. And yeah, I feel good if I do them, if I fit everything in a week. And yeah, I hope I stay healthy all the time heading into this race. And yeah, then that's going to be a big showdown there.
But do you think about what the other men might do? Well, let me ask you this. For this race, this LCQ was a little different than most races. A lot of guys go in and hey, I'm going to do my best, wherever that puts my time, that puts my time. This last race, the LCQ, you had to win. So that some guys just went out hard. Maybe they normally wouldn't go out hard because they think it doesn't matter. I'm either going to win or I'm going to go to a ball of flame. So for the world champs, do you look at it like that? Do you look at I'm here to take the title no matter what, and so that's going to be my strategy? Or am I going to try to?
That's my approach to every race. I don't race for being second or third. I mean, it happens, but I'm not racing for second or third. I always go out hard and try to stay with the front pack or try to make a gap.
So if Rylan and Hunter or Ryland and somebody just go out just insane? Will
Yeah,
you
I
try
go
to?
with them. I
You
go
go
with
with
them.
them.
Yeah. I try like to set the base now, like to train as hard as possible, as with every factor almost um trying to work on, so that I can't imagine that they can like go harder than I can, you know. And then if they want to go hard, we go hard, and then let's see who's gonna give up first. And then if nobody give up, we will see at the end at the wall balls who's gonna make the race. Maybe the one who has like one more no rep, and that's it. It's gonna be great for a great show and great for the supporters, for the spectators.
Um, let's go back. I want to go back to these results really quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's high result point.com. Let's see, where did you go? Okay, so let's break down. Well, let's just kind of quickly go. Can we even? Gosh, you've been racing since 2018.
18 first race. Yeah, no.
So the first world championship was where?
Near to Cologne in Oberhausen,
And that was
2019.
2019. So
Yeah.
pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
And had you guys even come to America yet? Had that Miami and New York race happened by then? I can't remember.
I think Miami and New York happened, but I wasn't there. Luke was there.
So Lucas?
Yeah, that's the yeah. He won there. He
So
got
you
first in like a 50.
so you were second
Yeah.
in 2019.
Yeah.
Did they have prize money back then? Do you remember?
Yeah, 1.5
1,500, that's it?
for the second place. Yeah, 2,500 for Luke.
And then the next year, was that the invite or the what do you call it? The
In 220, I think there was like a Elite 8 race, but I don't see that race as a world championship, because it was like there was just like 8 people racing on the treadmill. You remember
Right.
the race? You know
Yes. Yes.
about? Yeah, but that was no world championship. That was like an elite something race.
Did you win that?
No, I wasn't invited.
Oh, well, then it wasn't a world championship if Alex wasn't
Yeah,
there.
I mean it was like Hunter, Luke, Toby, I think Friesen,
Marcus.
Adam Klink,
Right.
and another CrossFit guy.
Right.
8 of them. I don't remember any of all of the names, but yeah, 8 of them were racing like on the treadmill. And
Were your feelings hurt?
a bit, yeah.
Even though you're a very strong Austrian man who's made of steel, you're feeling you do have a little soft spot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was how it was. And
But you must be close with those guys. You must have talked to Christian and those guys since you go so far back. Did you say like, hey, what gives?
I never asked them why they didn't invite me. I never asked them. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. We had the virtual challenges from HYROX that helped me like to get through this COVID time and to stay fit and everything. But yeah, even more, I was like excited to get to race in Leipzig in 2021.
And is that the one you won?
I never won a world championship.
Why am I confusing? Who am I confusing you with? I thought you won one. Who beat Hunter? Who beat Hunter for the world championship?
Toby.
Toby. Oh,
Toby.
he's a German, right?
He's a German, yeah.
Tobias Lautwein.
Yeah, I got second. Thiago got third, and I think
Right.
Hunter fourth or fifth. I'm not sure.
Right.
Don't want to say anything, but he was out of shape.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then last year in Manchester,
In between was Vegas.
Vegas. Sorry, I saw you in Vegas. You came down with your big check, right?
Yeah, that's where like Hunter was in front of in front of Kent, and I
Right.
got third.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, last year Manchester second again.
So
I mean, it's time. It's
it's
time.
do you think you will experience more euphoria or relief winning the world championship this year?
Euphoria. It's not. I mean, I'm happy with my HYROX career so far. Yeah, for sure. Like winning a world title would like complete everything, but it's not my last season, you know, and I still have some time. I'm young. I still want to like go for at least like 5 more years in this sport, and yeah, and I know the day will come sooner or later if I just stay there and keep getting better and improving and yeah. If it's not in Nice, it's gonna be next year or in 2 years. It doesn't matter, but I'm yeah. I'll try every time. I'll try every year. I try hard.
How old are you?
31.
Okay.
Yeah.
What sport did you play growing up?
Swimming. I was swimming like for almost 20 years. And that's where I have my base from and my endurance, all of my endurance. And that's why I don't do much easy endurance stuff right now. I don't have like, I don't want to waste time, like, or waste time. I mean, if you don't have the base, you have to do it, but I'm not going for a 3 hour run or for a 20K row or something like this, you know. It's just HYROX specific. Everything is fast. It's more just quality than quantity. That's it.
Did you have Olympic dreams growing up?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How close did you get?
No, not close enough.
Do
It's
you have country trials or anything
yeah,
like that?
yeah. But it's not like, yeah, it's not like the US trials. It's more like you have a time you have to achieve, and if you set the time, you're going to the Olympics. And but I was like a couple of seconds off, and that's a lot in this sport.
Right.
No, swimming is a very hard sport. I mean, it's an Olympic sport, and there are so many different things aside by your will or how hard you want it. Like in swimming, if you want to achieve something, if you are not really talented in swimming, it's gonna be very very hard um, to get to an like international level or an world champs or even Olympics.
So prior to finding HYROX, did you think about like I guess I'll just become a recreational athlete in my life? Did you want to stay in the pool? Were you sick of the pool by 2018?
No, there was like a time when I realized I'm not going to make it as far as I would love to, and I needed like a job, like to live from something. I needed an apartment. I needed money, and swimming was not the sport I could get that from. And yeah, and then I did some triathlons. Meanwhile, I was studying and everything, and yeah, and then I just found out about HYROX and I gave it a chance. And yeah, it turns out that I'm way better at HYROX than I was at swimming.
But did you think triathlons might be a route you would go?
I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try after my HYROX career, but it's I know I would be better like at the Ironman or maybe a half distance, or the Olympic triathlon is I think a bit too fast for me. I'm more the endurance type, the endurance guy. So and that would take a lot of hours on the bike and for the runs and for training to swimming. And I don't know if this will like connect with my life later if I have like family or something. You know, I don't want to spend like hours and hours training.
Are you how I guess when it comes to like when you travel for these races, are you someone that has to get in like a couple days in advance and get really settled, or can you like kind of get into whatever schedule or pattern you need to?
Yeah,
Because
no,
this is a sport that you do have to travel a fair amount. You know, something came up. I just talked to Kate, and she talked about, you know, what happened with her judge, and she's like, you know, that's not, he's speaking German to her. And it's something that we don't even kind of think about that as athletes. Like a lot of us travel for these races, and you might be in the finish line, you might get to the wall balls and have communication issues, and you don't have a lot of time to have communication issues, right? So anyway, that's a different question. But how do you do when it comes to, you know, traveling for these races?
I think the more you overthink it, the more it will impact you. You know, if you start like thinking, oh, maybe I needed to come like 5 days earlier because of the jet lag. And even if you are not jet lagged, you will start to think during the race, oh, maybe I am jet lagged. And it's just, no, it's just, if I have to travel like for Chicago, I check the flights, and if I see, oh, okay, this flight suits me better, then I get in like 2 days earlier. If it's 4 days earlier, it's 4 days earlier. It really doesn't matter. I take it as an experience, and maybe for a world championship race, I'll do it different. You know, I'll come much more earlier, a couple of days. But for the majors or for just an event, I'm not just thinking. I'm not thinking about the flight or anything. I have my rituals like 2 days, one day before the race. What I want to eat, how I want to work out, how I want to relax and everything, and that's it. That's not a big pattern, and that's what I have like figured out for me, and it seems that it works. And yeah, I'm sticking to that. I just try to don't overthink too much of all of them. um, even in Cologne now, we had a very bad apartment with a very bad like bed, and I woke up with like my back was hurting and everything. It was not perfect, but I mean, yeah, you have back in the days when I was swimming, it was like I could train on any conditions. Like we used to wake up at 5, be in the pool at 5:30, had breakfast like at 5:15, like 15 minutes ago, and it was possible to train, you know, without vomiting or something. And train tired, train in any conditions, train train while being sick or anything. Like that's I think that's much harder than having like traveling issues or something. And yeah, if you have this in your mind, I think then it's less like easier to switch, um, to just switch everything off when you're at the starting line and go as hard as you can on that day, and that's it.
Do you think people like to have a lot of excuses?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, especially if you check like an event like HYROX or marathons where thousands of people are participating for it. There are always like people who are not like who hasn't been like into professional sport before or something, who are like waking up in the morning and, oh, I don't feel very well today, I'm not gonna run.
Right.
And that's a thing you don't have like as a pro athlete. It's like, okay, today is the day, I'm gonna go out, deliver, do my best, even if it's not like what I wanted to show, even if it's not like what I trained for, and even if you can't like show what you trained. But at the end of the day, it's another experience. You take that for the next one.
So you did go to university. What is your degree in?
Sports. Just this, yeah, just sports.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I work as a sport teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
In like elementary school, high school, college.
Elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think this sport in the next few years would allow you to not teach and just like only athletics?
I mean, I hope so. I would love like to spend the next couple of years just focusing on HYROX, on my sport. That's what I dreamed of, like when I was younger, like to be a professional athlete. And now with the sponsors coming in and HYROX getting bigger, it it's very close. It's very close to that point, and we'll see maybe next year or after Worlds. If
When
the
you're
right
the world champion, you mean?
yeah.
They come a lot more when you're the world champion.
I know. And if if I can say, like, for me, okay, because like having a job is a big security for your lifestyle, for your life. I have to pay bills too and everything. And but if I can say, like, okay, the sponsors are paying that and that amount, and that's enough for me, I can live from easily, and to have a backup, like, if I get injured or something happens, it's something you have to think of. Then I would say, okay, like, let's try it. Then I would like stop teaching for a couple of years, because later I can come back, like, if I have to. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
the dream, the goal would be like to live from the sport, like, for the next couple of years, and to live from that even later after the career as an athlete, like, I don't know, coaching, programming, doing like camps or something in this direction.
yeah. I mean, HYROX is still much bigger over there than over here. You have to remember, we only have like 6 races, right? And our country is massive. Now they say they're going to have more, like 24, 25 season. We might start seeing more in the spring. But you guys are still way ahead of us in terms of the popularity of the sport.
Yeah, I mean, HYROX is from Germany, so it's somewhere it makes a bit of sense that Europe is growing is growing faster. But I don't know their strategy. I don't have a clue. So it's, for me, it's like HYROX is right now everywhere. They are in Australia. They are now Doha, Dubai, Singapore, and all around the world. So, but I think the events everywhere are growing and getting bigger and bigger. So I think there are big like brains behind the HYROX, and they know the market, and they will, if there is a market for a bigger market, they will set up more events, even in the States or wherever.